Welcome back to Energetically You. Today, I am here with Mindy Ruddock. She is an intuitive women's wellness coach and healer. Through crystals, meditation, mindfulness, energy healing, and yoga, Mindy helps her clients overcome stress and burnout and take back the self-love they need. Mindy also hand makes a monthly crystal wellness subscription box. I'm so curious to hear more about this, and if I can somehow get it here in Mexico, probably not, but we'll see. It's called the Magic Ritual Box, and it features a crystal of the month and is full of self-care items and a self-care ritual to follow. Sounds so amazing. I can't wait to ask her all about it. Energetically You, we talk all about healthy habits, abundant mindset, and optimal wellness. We look to inspire busy women, ambitious women to take back self-care, one of Mindy's specialties. So I'm so excited to dive in, and we will start in just a minute. Hi, Mindy. How are you?
I am well. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited to talk to you.
I'm very excited.
Can you tell me a little bit about your journey to becoming a wellness coach and a healer?
Wellness is something I've been doing for a very long time. I have my bachelor's degree in dance, and movement and treating yourself right has been a part of me for a long time. I'm also a licensed massage therapist and esthetician in the state of Massachusetts. So self-care has always very much spoken to me. As I've worked on healing myself and continuing my own journey, I've discovered things that I enjoy, such as crystals and meditation and mindfulness, also speaks to a lot of the women out there nowadays. The world is different. The world is changing. We've lost contact with that little girl we once were. And through self-care, self-love, mindfulness, wellness, we can reconnect with her and remind ourselves we matter and we're important.
Definitely. I think that's so well said, and increasingly going to be true going forward in the future. No, burnout is real. It is, I would argue, becoming an epidemic, and this was happening pre-pandemic. It was accelerated maybe with the pandemic, but please tell me, I love that you have so many diverse niches there, and I'm sure they all beautifully integrate. So how did you become, well, let's start with the subscription box, because I think it's such a cool idea, and it probably knits a lot of your zones of genius together.
So the ritual box came about because I had a lot of women asking me about crystals. I have personally been using crystals in my everyday life for over 20 years now. And as I've developed my knowledge on crystals and my knowledge base, I'm a natural teacher. I've wanted to share that with people and women specifically. And I started sharing little by little in my group that I have on Facebook. And then people wanted to start getting their hands on these crystals. So I decided that a subscription box sounded like a really interesting place to be. Each box is themed around the crystal of the month. And I try to not choose the most obvious thing that crystal stands for. So our June box, we're focusing on Unakite. Unakite is a very balancing, emotionally balancing stone, but it also encourages gratitude. So with our June box, I'm focusing on gratitude, and everything I'm creating for that box has the intent, the energy behind it to help encourage a sense of gratitude and carry that out to the world. Last month, the May box, we focused on smoking quartz. and removing negativity. So everything in the box, there was a candle, there was an incense, focused around removing negative energies from around us. I enjoy research. I enjoy learning more and more. And I've gotten to know some of these crystals in such a way that it's just amazing how it's growing and grown already. I just started this box in October of 2020. So we're still baby.
No, but I bet it was a huge hit. I mean, it was like obviously perfectly timed for the pandemic. People needed extra support. And I love the gratitude piece because, you cannot be in a state of fear while you're in a real state of gratitude. And I think we all need that right now, more than ever. So I'm curious, how many crystals are there?
Infinite. I mean, in my office alone, I probably have about 300 plus crystals.
Wow.
But just like humans with our DNA, where everyone is slightly different, rocks, minerals, crystals all have that slightly different. I mean, we're in the grand scheme, we're all made up the same stuff as our crystals. It's just how it's put together. It's all energy. It's all, and just people have different energy they put out. Rocks and crystals have different energy they put out. Different parts of the world create different types of crystals. Quartz crystal can be found all over the globe. Each country that it comes from has a slightly different tint. I mean, it's what that country gives to it in a way.
Yeah. Can you speak to how someone might integrate a crystal, or if they have multiple crystals, or is it not a good idea to mix crystals when you're meditating? Or how do you recommend that people use them for healing?
It is absolutely okay to mix crystals. Sitting next to me right now, I have quite the abundant selection. When it comes to meditation, I like using crystals because it helps focus me. Sometimes we all experience that. We'll sit down to meditate and you're like, yes, this is going to happen. And it doesn't. Our mind won't clear. We can't get in the zone. But sometimes having a crystal in my hand and just focusing on it's cool, it's rough, it's smooth, starts focusing my mind so the grocery list goes away. The fact that I need to do the laundry and the dishes goes away. And I can focus on what that crystal's giving me, what that crystal's reminding me. When it comes to healing with crystals, you don't just have to do it on a meditative level. Having crystals out in the space around you can create a healing environment. I have a quartz crystal necklace on right now that is with me almost all the time, that everyone can see it. And it's not just when I'm meditating. I also always have a pouch in my pocket full of whatever I'm needing at that moment in time. Each crystal kind of has a different thing it can help you with. If you're needing a little boost of creativity or confidence, an orange crystal like carnelian can give you that little added boost. Now, here comes the mindset of snake oil. Oh, it's a whole lot of not much. But if it's giving you something to trust in, believe in, and it's not hurting anyone, why not put that carnelian in your pocket and see what your day turns into?
Totally agree. So what crystals could you recommend for us for having more natural energy? Just feeling...
Clear quartz is a fabulous crystal. It's amplifying. So it takes whatever energy is around it and it amplifies it. It makes it bigger. So if you're in a positive mood, your positivity is going to radiate because of that quartz crystal. If you're kind of having a negative day that you want to turn positive, amethyst is really good at transmuting negative energy into positive energy. I always feel amethyst is one women need to have. It's an amazing healer. It's an amazing support. It's just a good little friend to have in your collection.
Love it. Amethyst is purple, or is it always purple? Okay.
It's varying shades of purple, but it's definitely a very purple crystal.
Is there something that you could recommend for women when they're on their moon cycle? Are there particular crystals to support us at that time?
Moonstone.
Easy to remember.
Moonstone is amazing. It's full of goddess energy. It's full of moon energy. Another great one is selenite. It celebrates the moon. It's very clearing and cleansing, selenite. So it can help kind of balance a little bit. Moonstone is also, especially peach moonstone, is very good at emotional balance, which wavers as the moon ebbs and flows through our cycle. So having that moonstone is kind of having that moon energy with you all the time.
Love it. And can you talk a little bit about, is there, I don't know, a way for people to test or know, like there must be different qualities of crystals or places that you can get them. Is there better resources than others, or what do we need to know there?
I will say, be careful with online resources. I'm in Massachusetts. We have been very much locked down. The restrictions are starting to loosen. We haven't been able to go crystal shopping. Mm-hmm. So be very careful about online, especially if it pops up in your ads on one of your social medias or anything like that. Research it. Find out if this is a legit company. Mm-hmm. People will buy crystals and they never arrive because the company just wasn't there. Mm-hmm. Definitely research. There is some to say about the sustainability of crystals and how they're mined. So the more you can get knowledge about that, the better, more beneficial it will be for you in the long run, because I don't think any of us want anything mined in a negative manner or anything like that. So any negativity behind it, in my mind, could possibly taint your crystal. But definitely be aware of where you're purchasing. If you can go into a shop and you can have the crystal choose you, that's an amazing experience. You can go in and find the crystal selection and kind of hover and not necessarily know what you need, but there will be something that jumps out at you and you read about it and you're like, oh, that is exactly what I need in my life right now.
I love it. Are there card decks, or like, what is a good resource? I mean, I'm sure we're going to tell everyone how they can find you. I'm sure they can contact you and ask questions, but I don't know, like, it sounds like it's just an endless tomb of information in terms of what you can or need to know for each crystal.
It absolutely is. When I'm looking up what crystals stand for, I typically put the word metaphysical in, the metaphysical properties of crystals, because if you just look up the properties of crystals, you're going to get their chemical content, their mineral content. You're not necessarily going to get the in-depth rose quartz is calming and all about love. You're going to find that more if you look into the metaphysical properties of crystals. There are different, just like there's oracle decks, there are crystal oracle decks that you can get, that you can do a card pull and then you can read about that individual crystal. I also have a deck of cards from a website I purchase from frequently that I actually, I think I have 6 decks from them that I have gone through and pulled every single crystal I have in my collection. It's like stack is inches thick that I can go through and pull from and kind of trust my intuition and ask my guides what I need today. And I pull a card and I'm like, okay, this is the support I need today. And in my pouch it goes.
I love that. I'm glad you brought it up, because it had been, I'm aware that there's like a sustainability issue. I'm also a huge fan of essential oils, which have their own story of sustainability problems. So can you just touch, like, without going down a deep rabbit hole, what people might want to be more aware of in general?
It's a matter of the site or the people you're purchasing from. If they can trace for you where they've gotten it from, then it's a little bit, it's kind of that follow the family tree as to where it came from. If the person you're purchasing from is just like, oh, I got it from a wholesaler, I'm a little more leery that it may not have that beautiful family tree it can share with me.
Yeah. So let's imagine, I loved how did you word that exactly? Basically that you can go and have the crystal choose you. I love that framing of it. Let's say that someone's just starting out in the world of crystals. If they're, I don't know, 8 or 3, like what would you recommend that they start with, other than the idea that they go and allow the crystal to choose them?
And my first crystal and my go-to favorite crystal that I will still grab first is clear quartz. It's kind of termed the mother of all healers. It's an amplifier. It's an energizer. It's just an amazing piece to have. And as you start learning about crystals, you can kind of dig deeper. There's more to clear quartz and what it can offer you and things like that. Another favorite that I like to have is black tourmaline. It's a very calming, grounding crystal, and it can actually help with the electrical magnetical things that come off our devices. It can kind of help diffuse that. And I love selenite. Selenite is a great clearer, a cleanser. It's very calming. It helps open us up to the higher realm. It opens our crown chakra, so it can kind of open us up to learning more, being more open to things like that. It's a high vibration crystal, so if you are down, having a selenite, I like taking my selenite wand and just kind of going around myself, and it just kind of clears me. And actually, I just got chills when I did that. And it just kind of settles me back down. Reminds me all will be okay.
I love that. Okay, I'm going to go find my selenite wand. Is this clear quartz by any chance?
That is selenite.
This is selenite. Okay.
Yes.
And so clear quartz might look like that, the round?
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's a clear quartz.
And how did this one that's even clearer?
They're both clear quartz. The one in your right hand, the clearer one might be bordering on smoky quartz because there's a little bit of a gray tone to it. Mm-hmm. And that could be have a little bit of smoky into it. And the smoky is really good at removing negativity.
Smoky's good at reading. I love that. Kind of like when you're saging yourself.
Exactly. Selenite's good for that too.
And what makes it smoky? We don't know. That's deep science.
I'm not 100% certain. Maybe some dirt got in there. I don't know.
Something with the universe. I love it. So you touched on it. I was already going to ask you in our, modern Zoom virtual world, are there certain things you recommend? I don't know, that even just to have between you and your devices or your computer, or like ceremonially you use after you're unplugging for the day?
There are some great crystals that help with that EMF. Rainbow fluorite can help with that, as can black tourmaline, like I had mentioned. Sodalite is a really good one that can help. And shungite, SHUNGITE, is good with the electromagnetic. The sodalite is a really cool one because it also helps with anxiety and can help kind of settle our nerves. So I like that one near my computer, especially during something like this. And it just kind of helps settle me down a little bit.
I love it.
And then the other question was kind of clearing yourself at the end of the day and getting yourself. Well, I'm a firm believer, first of all, that 95% of my days in the week, or should I just say 5 of the 7 days in my week, I take a bath at the end of my day, not to clean my body, but to clean my mind, my spirit, my soul, to kind of wash everything down the drain. And during that process, I'll have different crystals around to support me. Rose quartz is a crystal of all kinds of love, especially self-love. It's a great one to have when you're doing a bath like that. I had said selenite's going to help clean the space. There's a crystal called blue kyanite that actually never needs to be cleared. It really helps, supports your true voice and things like that, and helps connect kind of with the angelic realm, different things like that. But it never needs to be cleared, so it's really good at taking the negativity from you.
Yeah. Can you say, I've heard this before.
But it then doesn't need to release it.
Sorry, we got there. Can you tell us what that means to clear your crystals? I mean, is it just washing them with water, or how does that work?
It absolutely can start with washing them with water. There are some crystals, such as selenite, that you don't want to get wet because they will degrade over time. Definitely cleansing your crystals from time to time is not a bad thing, especially when you first get them. You don't know what kind of energy they came attached to. I will then sage or smoke cleanse or incense cleanse my crystals. You can also use sound to cleanse them. And then when I charge them, charging them is kind of like plugging in your cell phone when it is already charged. You're not changing what it can do. You're just boosting back up what it's already naturally going to do for you. You can do that in the moonlight. That's where the full moon charging comes in. Or you can take a selenite plate. Selenite is really good because it's full of that moon energy, and selenite can recharge our crystals and give them a little boost. I had a friend of mine telling me she has a beautiful, huge amethyst piece, and the amethyst was looking faded and dull, and she put it on her selenite plate, and as the day went on, it looked as if the color was returning back to her amethyst because it was getting charged and plugged back in for a little bit, and its energy was coming back to it.
Amazing. So it's always moon energy and never sun that you would want to expose them to?
There are some crystals that will fade in sunlight, like amethyst can fade in sunlight, but there are crystals like sunstone who prefer sun over moon. A lot of yellow colored crystals you can also charge in the sun because they take that yellow sun energy and use it.
Amazing. Well, Mindy, you're a wealth of information. I loved our chat. Can you tell us besides the ritual box, what else are you doing in terms of healing and wellness these days?
Over the pandemic time, I actually became a certified yoga instructor. Nice. And I'm beginning to take private and small group clients as our world begins to open back up. My husband and I actually also co-own a karate school.
Cool.
And I have a monthly event at the karate school called Mojo at the Dojo, where women come in, and it's 2 hours. I call it the other kind of self-care. An hour is a physical release of some kind. Then we have a little kind of lesson in the middle. This past week, we talked about gratitude, but mainly focusing on gratitude for ourselves. And then we do a meditation focused around that same. It's fun being with women like that again, kind of letting it go, leaving it at the dojo.
Love that. So is there
clearing the space, and then it's all done with.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back to more events, like women's circle type events, right? Retreats.
Yes.
So in that offering, is there karate as well? Like, is there some sort of
Some months, so I change what the physical activity is monthly. We just started back up again last month, and these first two have been slow flow yoga. So kind of more of a gentle yoga practice. Pre-pandemic, when I held our first official one, it was martial arts based. We beat up bags, we punched, we kicked, we raged it out, we let it go. That will be coming back again. Next month, I'm doing more of a dance-based, going back to my dance roots, and we'll do a dance-based activity movement. And the focus of the June Mojo and July Magic Ritual box will be courage and confidence. So we'll dig deep there.
Yeah, I would think all of that karate would be so empowering, and your community is so lucky to have you. So many modalities that you can offer, and I love how you're all knitting them together. I'm guessing you only ship your box within the US at this time?
Currently, I do, just because the shipping rates international have been kind of wonky. I keep looking into it, and when it makes more sense, I will definitely do the international. But yes, currently it's only stateside.
Yeah. Well, you probably open up Canada first, which is where my family is. So let me know. I'll send it to Mexico. I like consistently, there's certain packages that have been, delivered to Mexico City, which is, a long way from where I am, and they've been lost or, in transitioning for several months now, or 6 months, and i.e. they're gone. But yeah, I think if you're in the US, that would be really amazing gift, first of all, and also a gift to yourself. Like, I think
absolutely. And every item in it is, like I said, themed on the crystal, but it's to focus on self-care. There might be a bath salt, there might be a bath tea, there might be an aromatherapy roller ball or a diffuser blend, or I make candles or different things like that. And everything in the ritual that follows the box, I write based on what I've put in that box. And the full ritual involves pretty much every piece of the puzzle. Each box gets I write meditations as well. So I will write a meditation to go along with the box. It includes affirmations that you can repeat and use. So the box is for that month, but you never lose access to the meditation. You'll always have the affirmations. You can keep that 1 month going as long as you need that 1 month to go.
Love that. Well, where can people find you that want to ask you more questions about crystals or any of the things that we discussed today? Where do you spend most of your time on social media?
I am on Facebook, The Wellness Path. I have a women's community on Facebook called the Wellness Path Positivity Project, where I share information about crystals and all sorts of that group came about towards the beginning of the pandemic, when I got sick of looking at social media and seeing negativity everywhere. And I created a positive place for us to join together, kind of a women's circle via Facebook. I do have a website. It's the Wellness Path wwc.com. And there's a boutique option on there and ways to contact me through that as well.
Amazing. Well, we'll share all of those links in the show notes. And
awesome.
Well, I hope we stay in touch, and I'm definitely going to order that box as soon as it becomes, and I already have a list of girlfriends that would be a perfect gift in the US. So thank you so much for sharing your time and knowledge with us today, Mindy.
Thank you so much for having me. I've enjoyed this.
Perfect. Bye for now. Thank you so much for listening today. I am Megan Swan, a wellness and mindset coach. You are listening to Energetically You. If you are enjoying the podcast, please take a screenshot of you listening which episode, if you want to share with us one of your biggest takeaways, and tag me on socials at Megan Swan Wellness. It would be greatly appreciated. If you're interested in working with me, you can find me at Megan Swan Wellness, Instagram, or my website, meganswanwellness.com. Have a beautiful day.